the Hurricane, and I started doing the sub-assemblies of the kit, and I basically got the fuselage together, got the control panel in, and when I do fuselages, I usually I'll glue them together and do like light clamps like I got right here, just to get it together, and then I'll go back in and put another bead of liquid glue along the seam, and then switch the clamps out to a heavier clamp. That way it gives it a good bite, and it'll be really secured and glued together. Then after I'll get the clamps off, what I'll do is I'll do one more time of liquid cement on the seams here and basically weld everything together, and then I can go back in and sand everything. Then I usually take the sanding dust that's left, and I usually would wet sand, but I'll take the sanding dust and use liquid cement and just go back over it, and everything should be blended together and be a-okay. Got the cockpit in, which that's pretty much it. And I guess with the Airfix kits, you basically put them on the bottom wing and then put the wing up inside the fuselage. It's different, not like, standard old Revell monogram kits, where how you just put the cockpit in, but there it is. There's not much to it. Hopefully get some more sub-assembly done, at least get the wings clamped together and a few other little odds and ends, and pretty much be assembled in a few days, and then be able to finish sanding and get that accomplished. The Viper, my publication Viper for fine scale, I did get the, I added some detail on the end wings, because it actually, it has two, I'll show you right there, it actually has, Viper has two lasers, but the Scarlet has 1, 2, 3, 5 lasers, 2 on the wings, 1 on the tail here. And all I did was took some styrene tube and telescoped it out, and I'm just going to take some putty and blend it all in, and we'll be good to go on that. But anyway, you'll all be able to read how I did that on the Viper. The petty car, and let me turn a little light on here. I basically got one coat on. It's just a basic coat. That's just so I can, I'll have to at least put 2 more coats on. I got to trim up my masking, or my paper towel here, because I got to paint the, like, see where it's thinned out. I just got to get it trimmed out so I can get it thoroughly painted. Anyway, I got basically one base coat on, and then once I get everything painted, and then I'll put a future on, then we can put the slick decals on. But anyway, we're not there yet. I still got to paint the exhaust, paint the leaf springs a darker blue, and still got paint the bottom. And hopefully I told everyone about the chin guard, chin spoiler, the mesh that I put on, and it's just a little few things, odds and ends, but I believed I got everything a-okay on it. One thing about the motor, I went ahead and added the it's supposed to be like a little guard thing that fits on there, and I painted it so you probably can't really tell. And I did a little dry brushing just here and there, just to make the engine pop. I'll probably do a couple more washes on. One thing about the tub that goes inside here, it actually sticks out right through here. And to make the hood fit, I had to chop off the ends here, because if you wanted it open, it just can't do it, because the dash is basically right through here, and it's preventing the hood from going down. So I had to snip them off, and it makes the hood flush. So basically, if you want to have it with the hood open, you'll have to get like a little piece of get a I want to say a bobby pin, a pin for like a sewing pin, and use that as a prop up, to prop the hood up if you want, or a toothpick or something. Just paint it black, no one will know. But anyway, that's the best I could get on that, and that was the only way I could get the hood to fit flush on the car. But that's I got one more. I want to do some more painting. I want to get basically a couple more base coats on, and then we can start getting all the little paint stuff. Still got to paint the wheels, which I know I sound like a broken record, but I will get them painted the darker blue, and then hopefully I would like to get them kind of mounted too, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself because I do like the way it is turning out. But anyway, that's where I stand on it. The decal car. What I got to do now is when I pulled it out of the box, the sides here was already off. So what I'm going to do is I'll just tack that back on so I can start doing the decals for the car itself. And I was told that the decals here are screwed up, and not really. There is a little bit here on the edges, which that's not a problem. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some paint and I'm going to touch these up, and then I'm going to take the rest of the car, because this is bare plastic. I'm going to take Future, and I'm going to, after I paint the edges here, I'm going to Future the whole car. That way it'll protect the decals that's on now, and then I will be able to put the rest of the decals on. So basically I want to put all the decals on, and then a couple parts like the spoiler here, it basically gets a decal, but I don't have to put it together. That'll be put on when I send it to its proper home. But there's a couple parts I want to have to actually put on because the decal's in the way, but that's no big deal. So we'll jump on that when we get there. But anyway, up next will be just to tack that on with a little bit of glue, and then we'll shoot that with Future, which will probably, if I do shoot it with Future, it'll have to be at least a day or two before I can even touch it. So I'll show everyone that once we get to that update. But anyway, that is what oh, wait a minute, I forgot. Up next for the Build for Others, we are going to build the Tacom, the Rate, or the Rat. I call it the Rat, so that's what we're going to call it. And I don't own one, and I really want one. I looked at this earlier, so I'm probably going to have to get one for me and the Ark. And we're also going to build the Hannibal. This is from Handhead, which is, I believe, a South Korea company. I'm looking forward to this, and I gotta go track me one down because I think that is just top-notch model building. Plus, the box art just gorgeous. So we'll do some, we'll probably do some little reviewing on this and take a gander and all that good stuff, and we'll be building it too. So we're looking forward to that. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. We got the Rat, got the Hannibal, the decal car getting ready to start its process. The Richard Petty car getting some paint on it, and we're building the Hurricane. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.